Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Hazel Lucia Tarot. I'm your tarot reader Stephanie, and in today's reading we have your August 2025 predictions. I'm going to use stickers for this round. So for pile 1, we have the bookshelf, which is number 21. And if you want to have a closer look at it, here it is. So pile 2, we have this sticker with 2 dala horses, which are, I think, the Swedish symbolic horses here. Pile 3, we have another fake tarot card called the T. There's no number on this one. It's just a palm or 2 palms holding T. And pile 4, we have a sticker by the creator of the Kitten Nugget Tarot. It's just a little kitten nugget in a little cup of ketchup. So take a few deep breaths, think about your month of August, and I'll be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose the sticker for the bookshelf, then we have your reading here for you for the month of August. We're going to see what the month of August has in store for you. Then we're going to get into the tarot to see more specifically your general love, relationship, and career and or finance. So you actually chose one of my little fake tarot card stickers. This was actually given to me by my sister Michelle, or Moomin, on my live streams if you're familiar with her. There is something here about tapping into your inner knowledge, into your inner wisdom. Some of you could literally be book nerds as well. She got this at a bookstore in Savannah, Georgia. Lovely little city, very romantic kind of city, an old city, or town, I guess I should say. It's not really a city. Also very haunted. Whenever I went, which was not the time that she went, I just remember feeling like the energy was just, you could tell it was haunted. You could tell there was a long history there. For some of you, we could be dealing with your past. For some of you, we could be dealing with, especially because I think retrograde is happening during the first week of August still. You could be dealing with some retrograde-ish going on. So let's go ahead and get your oracles to see what is happening in the month of August for you. The 21st could be of importance, which I think is technically Virgo energy. That's when Virgo starts. We have number 8, perseverance. And I need to censor her booty because it's just sticking out. So some of you are definitely dealing with something from the past, or maybe something that you've been working on for some time. This could be a month where you're still dealing with it, unfortunately, but hopefully it is a moment when you can actually put it to an end. Pile 1, the month of August. The 8th of August could also be important, and I just realized that August is the 8th month. We have Valkyrie's redemption. Somebody here, you or somebody else, could be righting some wrongs, or somebody could be apologizing. I'm not sure if it's an apology you will be caring for, because this feels like it's very, for whatever reason, I'm picking up on stale energy, or energy that you're over with. Like, this is something that you've been over with for a long time, but somebody, either their feelings were stirred or they're seeing you in a new light, and it's like they're coming through with like either an apology or some sort of clarification. Back of the deck, we have Ixchel, release. So yeah, I feel like you're definitely releasing something, and oddly enough, sometimes when we release things, this is when the unexpected can come through. So let's get more cards for you. Pile 1. Interesting energy already for August, that's for sure. Because I actually wasn't going to do this reading today, but sometimes my intuition tells me to do things and I have to do them, or find out why I should have done it earlier, later on. We have number 14, chance dice. Some of you could be taking a risk on something, a healthy risk, nothing too crazy. So you could be taking a chance on something, or you could be giving something a second chance. And I always say that kind of thing with a little disclaimer. If you don't want to give somebody a second chance, I'm not saying that you have to or that you will, but if you wanted to, this would be an okay time to do it. And with that said, still take the precautions, still take the measures here to make sure that you are safe and that things are going to be fine. I keep hearing, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it is a duck. And at the same time, don't expect the duck to do something else besides quack, you know? That's what I'm hearing for pile 1. So yeah, we're dealing with past energy for a lot of you. We have hold. Quite literally, I'm hearing hold. You know when you're about to do something and somebody says hold, like stop or wait? That's what I'm getting. So there's definitely the energy of holding off on something this month. You may want to go forward. You may want to push through. But the thing about things like Mercury retrograde, there's always a shadow phase. So if you're really interested in that, if you really want to go by that, I would wait until the shadow phase of the retrograde is over, or even just wait until the timing is more than perfect, because there's something here about treading cautiously. Back of the deck, abundance. For some of you, this could have something to do with finances. So maybe you want to buy something, but intuition, the universe, your gut is saying here, maybe wait until the next paycheck. Like, yes, you can afford it now, but wait until the next paycheck so you have that extra padding of cash, or maybe things will go on sale, or you may find something for a lower price. So there is something about waiting here that will pay off in the long run. Let's get, is this your last card? Yeah. The last of your cards, pile 1, and then we'll go into your tarot. So pile 1, August, mirror. Interesting that the number 14th came twice here. So the 14th of August could also be an important date. Back of the deck, art. For a lot of you, you're going to be reflecting on parts of yourself, especially the version of yourself that is dealing with whatever this past energy is, especially if we're dealing with like past people who are apologizing or reaching out. It's like you're reflecting between the version you were back then that was, you know, interacting with that person versus the version you are now. Doesn't matter how long ago it was. It could have been last week. It could have been years ago. I feel like every day you become a new version of yourself. And there's definitely something here about understanding how much you've grown or how much you've understood, because there are some weeks that feel like a lifetime, and there are some years that feel like they went by in the blink of an eye. So like timing is irrelevant here. It's okay to compare yourself to the person you were yesterday, to the person you were a few weeks ago, to the person you were last year. And what you find there, I think, is more important than the time that has passed. So wonderful energy, a very growth-inspired month for you, for sure. Pile 1. But let's go ahead and move on to your tarot, where we're going to see a little bit more in depth what is happening this month for you. I'm going to keep this sticker here. Let me know if you're a sticker person, what do you do with your stickers? Like, I know you probably stick them on something, but I'm curious because I have a collection of stickers right now that I have no idea what to do with. Like, I don't know if I should put them in like a little scrapbook, if I should put them in my art, if I should, I know people put them on their water bottles, where I live anyway, like people just put a bunch of cool stickers on their water bottles. But not all not all stickers are waterproof. I think this one is. But let me know in the comments below. What do you do with your stickers? So pile 1, month of August, 3 of Wands, 8 of Cups reversed. Yeah, we're dealing with past energy here. 3 of Swords reversed. Past heartaches, past disappointments. And I feel like some of you are going to be surprised that you weren't exactly over something. Or even if you were only like 95% over something, and there's like a little nugget, a little seed of something still stuck in your little heart that you probably needed to extract from yourself. And I feel like it's like that last push, that last little unveiling of this pain that is allowing you to release something. Because the sun reversed, it's interesting. Leo is the sun in the tarot. So for a lot of you, this could be impacting the way you present yourself in the world, the way you carry yourself, your confidence, your main character energy, if you will. Back of the deck, Wheel of Fortune. And I feel like for those of you who don't want to deal with it, I feel like the universe may have you deal with it this month. It's not going to be painful. Well, it might be a little bit, but like, you know how when you have a good cry and after you cry, you feel better? That's what it's going to feel like. Maybe some of you could literally be doing that. For others of you, it could be anger. For others of you, it could be an uncomfortable conversation. I almost heard confrontation, so maybe it is confrontation for some of you. But like after the fact, you just feel better. It's like you're glad you released something out here, because I feel like you really needed to let go of something. We did have Ixchel release, and the goddess Ixchel She is a medicine woman, so she is a healer. So a lot of you, you're releasing through healing and healing through releasing, whichever sense it made, whichever way it made sense. But for a lot of you, yeah, this is what's happening in August for you. Loving the energy here, by the way, because I feel like a lot of you, I do sense some reluctance, don't get me wrong. Anytime we hear healing, we're like, oh God, what are we healing from now? It's never ending. It's kind of like showering and eating. You never stop. You have to do it on some consistent basis to be a healthy individual. So let's move on to relationships, friendships, romance. What is happening for you in the month of August? Pile 1, we have Temperance. Again, with the healing. For some of you, this healing could be from a past relationship or a past friendship. There's definitely some wounding there. I'm hearing some of you might want more information on a specific dynamic. If you do, you can always email me and I can do a personalized reading for you, because literally some of the readings that I've been doing came to my mind as soon as I saw this. So some of you could be doing some healing regarding past situations. We have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Hanged Man reversed. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Somebody here is still holding on to something. I feel like it's somebody else though. For some of you, if you feel like somebody's still in your energy and they're kind of affecting the way you move through life, whether that's through your friendships, especially your romantic relationships. For example, maybe you and your ex broke up a while ago, but you feel like, and this never fails, I've had this happen to me one time, where you try to talk to somebody new, or you start flirting with somebody, or you start dating somebody, suddenly that ex messages you literally at the same time as that happens. So if this ever happens, it just means that you have to release some energy here, that you have to decord, release a lot of that. Specifically decording energetically from this person will help you a lot, because for a lot of you, you're still healing. There's a part of you that's still holding on to the promise of whatever that relationship was. Not so much the person, more whatever the potential of that connection was. Maybe you were even engaged to this person. Maybe some of you were even married. Hence, there is like a soul contract there that it's time to rip up and throw in the fire pit. It's time to call in your guides as if they were your soul attorneys and be like, okay, how do we nullify this? How do we get rid of this? I like that idea, actually. I never thought to get the guides and angels in the universe as your soul attorneys, your spiritual attorneys, and be like, okay, how can we modify this and how do we end this? If you don't believe in ripping up and burning contracts here. Let's get one more card. We have the Page of Wands. You know what's interesting? The Page of Wands came out in another reading that I did. Well, what was the last one I did? I don't know. Maybe you're coming from a reading where you had the Page of Wands reversed. And basically the Page of Wands is somebody who is full of inspiration, who is really fun, very youthful, regardless of their age. So you could be dealing with somebody like this. They could either come off as really immature, or they could come off as really adventurous, depending on how you view this energy. So this could be you, this could be your person, but I feel like regardless, this has become stagnant and it's time to release this energy. This feels like the past. It doesn't feel like somebody new. But if you are thinking about somebody new, the reason why it's not progressing forward, or at least part of the reason why, is because there's some stagnant past energy still interfering with your future connections, with your future relationships, and maybe even friendships if it's not about romance here for you, pile 1. Back of the deck, we have Six of Pentacles. I do see you releasing this. I do see you moving on, but this is going to be a very healing month for a lot of you. You could be doing a lot of shadow work, energy work, meditation, etc. And it's a great time to do so. So let's move on to your last section, which is your career and finance. For my pile 1, some of you could be dealing with a Sagittarius and or a Pisces, maybe a Leo, but I'm seeing the Leo more as you, as your need to step into your power here, pile 1. We have the Three of Cups. You have the Seven of Cups. the pillar, which is the Empress in this reading, in this deck. The Empress reversed. Okay, we're dealing with drama in the workplace. I didn't want to talk about it, but ooh, yeah. It could be about a relationship. If not a relationship, it could be about like a friendship or a partnership in the workplace. Specifically two people that are like above whatever you are here, pile. One, if you are your own boss and you have like a partner, this could be you and them. But one is very much like it's two parts of a whole. Like one is good at one aspect and the other is good at the other aspect. I was going to say masculine and feminine, but I feel like it doesn't apply here. This would be more like the creative side versus the business side of this. So take that as it resonates. But there's definitely drama here where like people are having a falling out. And the Knight of Cups back at the deck. Two of Pentacles. What is going on in the workplace? I'll just say it plainly. So there's like a breakup in the workplace. This could be romantic for some of you if you know two people who date and work together. If not, it's a falling out between two business partners where it's like, where it can get a bit petty. Or even two business partners who never really saw eye to eye, but they were kind of forced to work together. Because somebody here, specifically whoever is the more masculine of the two, whoever is more on the business side, more in charge, more logic, more numbers than creative or anything else like that, they've got their eyes on either a new project, something shiny and new, or even like another person. And again, you could take this as romantically or as professionally as it is. It's like they've got their eyes on something new. They're focusing on a shiny new person or thing or idea. And there's a bit of a falling out. It's kind of affecting the entire workspace. So, for example, if in the workspace, you notice that one of your bosses is wanting to focus on a new project, a new development, or even like a new person, it kind of allows other things to crumble and everybody is having to scramble to accommodate that or to work with that, because it's kind of like certain options are suddenly gone, or there are less options for certain people. This could also be that, you know, the workplace is downsizing, and because there's less people, there's more emphasis on something else. Like people are expecting something else to bring in the money when the truth is that's not there yet. I see this a lot with businesses that expand faster than they can actually provide the service that they are meant to provide. For example, a company opening more locations but not having enough people to staff those locations. Therefore, the businesses don't flourish as much, because if there's only one person running a whole location, you know, it's not going to do well. Not because that person sucks at their job, but because it needs, you know, a good team to run it. So I'm getting something similar to that. This could also be like new technology or new people. Like, for example, people focusing on new talent as opposed to the talent that's already there, that's already been with the company for some time. So yeah, you're going to see a little bit of an upheaval here. Whoever the feminine or the more feminine energy in the workplace is not happy about it. And it's almost like they kind of withdraw. And people thought that this person didn't do much, or that this person, you know, like their input wasn't as interesting or valuable. And they're going to realize and recognize very soon that as soon as they leave, everything goes to waste. Everything goes to ruin. This would be like undervaluing your secretary, even though she's just at, or he or she is just at a desk all day. Doesn't mean that they're not doing any work. They're literally taking all the calls, keeping everybody's records, arranging everything. It's that kind of situation, the boss versus the secretary. You know, I feel like there's something here about not appreciating the efforts that everybody puts in here as well. So that's the workplace for a lot of you. So with that said, let's go into your closing advice. A very tumultuous, I guess, kind of month for you, pile one, but at least you won't be bored. So we have the Let Go cards. I haven't used these in a minute, so what have we got for my pile? For pile one, we have this one. She's got one eye covered. If you have a problem, you have an opportunity. So let go of all blame. Oh, I love that. If you have a problem, you have an opportunity. Let go of all the blame. what would happen if you were to see all your problems or all the issues, quote, quote, issues and problems, as opportunities instead here, pile 1. And let's get one more. This one. If you don't release the arrow, your aim is all for nothing. Aim straight and shoot the arrow. There's something here about releasing. It's like if you just hold on to that arrow, if you just hold on to that anger, frustration, whatever that energy is, your muscles will get tense and suddenly they'll get sore. So just release whatever is building up within you, pile 1. I feel like you're going to feel a lot better afterwards. But this is where I leave it. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 2. If you chose this cute little dollar horse sticker, then we have your reading here for you for the month of August. We're going to see what the month of August has in store for you with the oracles, and then we're going to get into your tarot, where we're going to see more specifically your general love relationship and your career and finance. So we're going to start with your oracles. So dollar horses are a special Swedish symbol. Swedish symbol. I think they make them out of wood. Some of you could be Year the Horse. I know I like dollar horses for that reason. I think they're cute, colorful horses that symbolize my Chinese zodiac. I'm not exactly sure what they stand for aside from, you know, Swedish symbol. Maybe for some of you that is an important part of the world. So pile 1, we have happiness. Sorry, pile 2. Some of you could be coming from pile 1. Number 26, happiness. We also have the 0 of Fs. I might have to censor this whole card. Number 0, the 0 of F. So some of you, you're definitely not giving an F this month, especially with happiness here. You're doing what makes you happy and you don't really care what people have to say or who may disapprove, who may have anything to say about it. Pile 2. We have White Buffalo Woman, peace. You could literally be finding your peace or focusing on your peace this month. For my pile 2, what does the month of August have in store for them? Some of you could decide to just pick up and do something one day. Like you wake up one day and decide to go on a road trip, a vacation. You may cancel all your plans and just go do whatever you want. I'm hearing some of you may go to the beach or some of you may go to the wherever your happy place is. Transform. Back of the deck we have nurture. Yeah, it's like you're deciding to nurture yourself. Which I think we've all been there where, you know, one day you just decide to not do anything responsible and just do whatever you want. Like maybe you decide to forego your chores, call in sick to work or school and just go do whatever your heart asks you to. And transition, archway, number 48. Back of the deck, sovereignty, crown. So there's this energy of you not putting up with any nonsense this month. And the way you do that is by doing exactly whatever makes you happy, doing exactly whatever. It's like you're just done giving a crap. I don't know what you've been going through, pile 2. I don't know what the past month or weeks have been doing to you, but it's kind of like you just want to go do whatever your little heart sets you out to do. You're protecting your peace and you're also nurturing aspects of yourself. Some of you could have gone through a deep transformation recently and now it's time for you to kind of enjoy yourself a little bit. For others of you, this could be a transition period that you're going through. And whenever we're in a transition period, we have to be careful with ourselves because we're taking on a lot of energy, a lot of new information in a short amount of time. This is like stepping from... It's almost like crossing a bridge. It's like you're stepping from one place to another. And when you're crossing that bridge, maybe that bridge is all rickety and long and waving, or what's it called? You know, when you see like the long bridges with like the missing planks or whatever they're called. That's what I'm seeing for some of you. I feel like you have to be gentle with yourself. So you're deciding to really do a whole month of whatever you want to do. This doesn't have to be the whole month. Of course, it could be like a huge portion of the month, maybe a week. And that ends up setting the tone for what this month has to provide here. A lot of you are staying true to your values or to your background, or maybe both. If your values go hand in hand with your background is what I'm seeing. And a lot of you are becoming really resourceful. It's like, I'm hearing if you can't afford it, then you can make it, or why pay for it when I can make it myself? Maybe some of you are doing that very thing, which is really interesting. So in terms of finance, which is funny because not all my piles usually come through with finance like that. I feel like some of you, you're coming up with some sort of idea or some sort of project that is going to save you a lot of money in the long run. This could be something big, and maybe this is why it's coming through in the oracles. And for some of you, it could even be, if, for example, if you don't have the money to vacation, you may decide to do like a staycation, or you may find people to vacation with, so you can split the costs here, and it ends up costing less, and you end up having more fun because you have more people, which is really interesting. Numbers coming through, you have the 26th and the 27th, so those could be important dates this month for a lot of you, and that's during Virgo season. But yeah, I'm loving this energy. Let's go ahead and move on to your tarot to see what else is coming through for you for the month of August. For my pile 2. So we're going to start with the general reading. For my pile 2. So what's happening for pile 2 this month? We have the 3 of Pentacles. It's almost like something here is not in your favor, or something hasn't worked out in your favor. This could have to do with your finances or your career, but I feel like a lot of you are kind of done waiting for the green light. You also have the 9 of Cups reversed. We have the Chariot reversed. Yeah, it's like you're done waiting for permission from the universe or from other people. You want to get things going, and they're going to get going on your terms. It's like there's a bit of impatience here, but I feel like sometimes impatience can motivate us to do things that we otherwise would not do. Sometimes impatience is seen as a bad thing, but I'm saying that, maybe I'm saying this because I'm a very impatient person, but sometimes I feel like this need to wait for things is a little bit overrated. Like, if you don't get started now, when will you ever get started? If you waited for the perfect time, is the perfect time even... I feel like perfect timing is a social construct sometimes. So some of you could have like a bone to pick with things like divine timing here, pile 2. And all the more power to you. We have Death. Definitely a transformation. Like I said, a lot of you, you're in a transition period. You're changing. And the 10 of Swords. Back of the deck, Justice. So there's something here about things not having gone your way, even though you asked the universe for it, even though you worked hard for it. I feel like this is like when you get rejected because of the 3 of Pentacles. When you get rejected from a particular job, from a particular position, it's like you make your own position, you make your own job, you start your own business. It's like if the companies are saying no to you, then you start your own thing here. So a lot of you, you're dealing with adversity this month, but you're like, screw it, I'm going to do things my own way. I'm going to do things in the manner that I want to. And I feel like the universe is responding by allowing wonderful changes here. And with the 10 of Swords here, I feel like the worst is behind you. Like that feeling of struggling, you're no longer going to have to deal with that anymore. That could begin this month. So let's move on to your love and relationship reading for my pile 2. We have the Ace of Swords reversed. Oh, okay. We have the Knight of Swords reversed. There is an incoming message for sure. The fact that that card just fell out. Also, the Knight of Swords being the messenger knight is really interesting. So this may come out of left field. This may come out of nowhere. This could be like an ex or somebody from your past coming through and saying something, especially if we're still in the throes of like Mercury retrograde. We have the Queen of Swords. It's like a he said, she said. So you might be hearing about other people. You might be hearing from a person you used to, I almost said used to hook up with. You might be hearing from a person that you used to have anything to do with. I am hearing a song. I don't know who remembers Yell, the French singer or band. I don't remember. What was this song called? It's a French song, and I don't want to butcher the language because I barely remember it. Is it called Jeu d'amant? Like a game of lovers? So it's like I don't know. Look up the song. It's basically about like the games that lovers play in relationships. Is it Nous sommes victimes de ce jeu d'amant? So this is like we're both victims of that sweet game of love. So maybe there's like a he said, she said. Maybe there's a back and forth here. Whoever is the feminine, which is more than likely you here, pile 2, I feel like you're going to have the upper hand. However, there is like a warning here to not fall into the trap here. So it's like if somebody's trying to get some information out of you, I don't know why a former person might be trying to get information out of you. Be careful with what you say and be careful with what you say, essentially. We also have the 6 of Cups. Yeah, nostalgia. This is someone from the past. Somebody's missing you, but rather than be like emotionally mature about it, they're just doing the same thing they always do. Because that's what I'm getting from the Knight of Swords. Is somebody who's either stuck in their way of thinking or who truly doesn't believe the best outcome. I don't know who starts what here, though. That's the weird thing. It could just happen naturally if you happen to run into them. 3 of Swords. Back of the deck. The Magician. You know what's interesting? These 2 are married. These are Ponyo's parents. I forget what their names are, but this is her mom and this is her dad. Or I don't even remember if they have genders, but these are her parents. So there could be talk about somebody's parents here, quite literally. Or if you and this person are parents to the same children, that this could also be confirmation. But be careful with what you say. And oddly enough, I feel like this is, with the 3 of Swords here, this is going to kind of remind you exactly why it couldn't work out between you and a person from the past. It's almost like they're rehashing out something that doesn't really get anywhere. It's just like somebody here wants to talk about the past or the good old days or something. I don't know why it comes out of nowhere, though, because the Ace of Swords is like, upright, it's a new idea. Reversed, there are no new ideas here. There's nothing new. You could literally just be talking with somebody about something from the past, but nothing gets done, nor do you really achieve or accomplish anything besides understanding why it couldn't work out and why you're in a much better space now than you were in the past. Yeah, King of Pentacles. For a lot of you, you're doing a lot better now in terms of stability, whether that's emotional stability, financial stability, etc. So yeah, just watch out for that energy from the ex. If you want to, you can send that away right now as you hear this, if you want nothing to do with that. So let's go on to career and finance, because we already kind of mentioned that in the oracles. For pile 2. I haven't heard that song from Yell in a long time. I'll try to link it in the description. If I don't, remind me to do so in the comments. Pile 2. And it's Yell, Y-E-L-L-E, like L with a Y. Okay, so career finance, we have the Hierophant, number 5. The Taurus could be important. We have the Knight of Wands reversed. Somebody's slow going to get something done, but it needs to get done right away. This could be you or this could be somebody else. We have the Page of Cups. Yeah, somebody's acting childish at work. And the Hermit. Okay, you're going to have to do things on your own here, pile 2. I don't know if you're working with somebody or if the people around you are just acting childish and dumb and you're going to have to like do things on your own, because I feel like they're not on board with this. It's kind of like you're meeting a deadline or something needs to get done and it's either sink or swim. Whatever this is, make sure you take full credit for it, though. That's something that needs to come through, because the Hierophant is a karmic lesson. The Hermit is going at it alone, but you're dealing with a Knight of Wands. This is somebody who needs to get things done, but they don't want to, or they want to focus on whatever else they want to do. And the Page of Cups is emotional immaturity. So you could literally be dealing with somebody who is younger, or just lacks maturity, or doesn't know how to do anything. And unfortunately, what this means is that you're just going to have to do it by yourself. That was straight to the point. That was very simple. This is in the workplace. So go at it alone. Make sure you take full credit, though. Me personally telling you, take full credit and let people know who did what, essentially, if anything. Back of the deck, we have the Three of Wands and the Nine of Swords. Because the last thing you want to do is to fall behind. This could also be in school or in class, by the way. I used to get this energy a lot when I was in college, and we would have group projects and nobody wanted to do anything. So I would have to do like the bulk of the paperwork, I guess. I would do a lot of the writing, which was always crazy to me, how I let like a bunch of other people take credit for the things that I did. I kick myself for it now, but you know, what are you gonna do? So that's why me personally, Stephanie, is saying to you, pile 2, take credit for what you've done. In terms of finance, same thing. This is kind of like pay your bills first before you spend on fun things. So before you go shopping, before you do the spending spree, make sure you're paying all your bills first. Make sure you go through them. It's like pay what needs to be paid first, the rent, bills, etc., and then spend on other things, because you don't want to come up lacking at the end of the month. So with that said, let's move on to your closing messages, pile 2. Yours are very straight to the point. Sometimes I have to dig a little bit to figure out what certain things mean. So pile 2. Closing messages. We have this girl. Meditate to dispel all fears and become a beautiful, enchantingly magnetic person. Some of you could be in your magnetism era. Maybe you're wanting to like be a little bit more magnetic. It's like you wanting the world to work for you, as opposed to you working for the world, pile 2, which I kind of get, because especially in that career and finance section, I was like, oh, you're used to having to do everything on your own all the time. So this is having the world show up and work for you instead. And then we have this one with the pretty hat. Maybe some of you could get a hat for this this month, especially if you're going out in the sun. Let go of the idea that you need to have anything other than happiness in your life. You're really focusing on your happiness this month. You're really focused. In fact, that was your first card, wasn't it? The happiness card. And it's ending with another happiness card. So that's all we're really striving for in August, pile 2. But this is where I leave you. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 3. If you chose the T card sticker, and I'll let you see it up close and personal here, because there's like a little moon in the teacup, and there's even tattoos on these hands. Then we have a reading here for you for the month of August. So we're going to see what the month of August has in store for you. We're going to start with the oracles, and then we're going to get into the tarot. We're going to look more specifically into your general love relationship and career and finance. So let's start with your oracle cards for my pile 3. I just heard Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso. I don't know what that has to do with tea. I guess maybe some of you prefer coffee over tea, but still. We have Mirror Reflection, number 7. So July could have been an important month for you, and we're still dealing with certain things from the month of July and August. We have Morgan Le Fay, Magic. I am getting slightly witchy vibes from this pile. I mean, it could also be the card, or sorry, the sticker that you chose, but still. Pile 3. We have the Sun, number 25. We have child. We're definitely dealing with inner child situations here. So anything that happened in your childhood, we could be reflecting currently. So if there are any unresolved issues or patterns from your childhood that you're still somehow playing out in your adult life here, pile 3, we could be addressing those this month. I'm also noticing that this is a 24, so the 24th and the 25th could be important days. Also the 7th of this month. Pile 3. This pile's energy feels slow and methodical, which is really interesting. That's not how I normally move. Like, I'm typically a lot more quick. So your energy here, pile 3, is definitely more of a steady, slower, thought out pace. At least for this month. We have wish. And I gotta censor that. I'm being told to get a few more. We have embrace and disillusion. Okay, so we're definitely reflecting back on our childhoods here. For some of you, this could be affecting your confidence. This could be affecting how you move through life. And I hate to get so deep into it at the beginning of this reading, but already this month is going to be one where you definitely focus more on childhood wounds. Maybe some parental wounds are coming through as well. If you have children, you may start realizing that you're bringing some of those old patterns into your parenting without meaning to. It's like you catch yourself saying certain things that your parents told you growing up, and it's like, oh, wait a minute. Am I becoming them? Am I turning into this? But I feel like you catch yourself and you focus on what exactly is making you feel that way. Why are you reenacting this? Is this a sense of comfort to act or behave the way your parents did or the adults around you did when you were a child? Or are you just, I don't know, I feel like there's something to be said there where like there's a sense of comfort in reenacting that, but you're breaking that pattern, especially if what you're doing, is not maybe the healthiest for your current lifestyle, for your child, or whatever it is that you are doing here, pile 3, which is really interesting. This pile, you're very self-aware. With magic and the sun, I do see you spending more time focusing on yourself, which doesn't surprise me because Leo, this month does start with Leo season. The sun is Leo in the tarot, and even though this isn't exactly the tarot, I still kind of take from that. With reflection and mirror, I do feel like you're going to be reflecting a lot on certain habits that you may have, again, that might feel more like comfort than anything, with embrace and disillusion. With wish here, it's interesting. I do feel like you have a wish being granted, or something about it, an angel or like something along those lines, which is really interesting. So you may get a wish granted this month, pile 3. But overall, I see you focusing on like that, on the psyche. With the T, I feel like you could be hearing from childhood friends, childhood people. It's almost like the past is coming back. Maybe for some of you, you've come from another pile, because I feel like every pile has had something about the past, which doesn't surprise me because the beginning of the month will begin with Mercury still in retrograde. So I feel like the past is coming back to haunt you a little bit, but you're dealing with it because you don't just let things haunt you here, pile 3. You deal with them. When they decide to haunt you, you haunt them back. So I love that energy for you here, pile 3. What else do we have? Compassion. I'm hearing you don't fight hate with hate. You fight it with compassion and courage. It's like the courage to be better than what you came from. The courage to be better than the things that were negative when you were younger, while you were growing up, so that you can be, a lot of you're healing childhood wounds so that you can be the best version of yourself, not just for yourself now, but for future generations, whether they are your own children or anybody else's children. So I like that energy here, pile 3. Let's go ahead and move on to your tarot, where we're going to see more specifically your general. Let's start with the Kuromi Tarot for your general. Pile 3. We have Judgment. I just heard this is the last time you're doing something, which is really interesting. Maybe this is the last time you're, some of you could be cutting out a bad habit. Some of you could make the final decision on something. We have the 10 of Pentacles, something that's gonna last you a long time. And for some of you may bring in some money. You have the Chariot, progressing forward. The Fool, new journeys. 9 of Pentacles reversed. And the Devil. Yeah, it's like you're cutting out a bad habit because whatever this is, you thought it gave you power, but it really doesn't. Back of the deck, we have the Page of Cups. You're also dealing again with those childhood wounds because the Page of Cups is kind of like the child card for a lot of you. So I'm seeing you finally make a decision to do something better, to do better by yourself, or to do better by, and by yourself, I mean like the past younger version of yourself, or to do better by your children if you have any, or even the children around you. So for example, this would be like you decide to quit smoking because you know it's bad for your health and it's bad for all the kids around you. And the only reason you even recognized that you were smoking was because your parents or the adults around you smoked a lot when you were younger. So there's like a sense of comfort that something like that is like a, I don't know, there's a sense of comfort in smoking for some of you. This is just an example, by the way. I'm not saying that this is what a lot of you are doing, but another example may be like maybe when you were young, all the adults around you were very, I'm hearing negligent. Like maybe for some of you, they were negligent and that meant that that's how parenting was supposed to be. So maybe some of you have found yourselves every now and then slipping into that, just not paying attention to your kids. And you always told yourself that you wouldn't be that way, but maybe you find yourself one evening doing that very thing, you know, ignoring when your kid says, hey, mom or dad or whatever. So it's you meeting with the very thing that you thought was, like a dark sense of comfort with the Devil here. Does that make any sense? I hope that makes sense for some of you because it's coming through really strongly in this pile. So if that doesn't resonate, you can ignore it or choose another pile. But let's move on to, oh, and whatever this is, it's kind of a big breakthrough for a lot of you because it's actually going to allow a lot of abundance and good health to come through for you when you finally decide to let go of this very notion. So for your love and romance, and whatever this habit is, it was also very draining. You won't recognize it until you've stopped doing it for like a few weeks, but it was very draining. We have the 9 of Pentacles. We have the Page of Cups reversed. Interesting. Why is your inner child just like all over this reading for you, pile 3? That's what I'm getting. We have the Emperor, which could be seen as father wounds, or it could also be seen, if you yourself are a father, this could be you. Or if you struggle with your masculine side, this could be you as well. We have the 8 of Cups, emotional numbness, and the Queen of Cups. It's like you're mothering your inner child for a lot of you. And this, Knight of Swords. This is especially true because it's going to be affecting your relationships as well. I'm not sure what some of you are doing. Maybe your moon is in a very interesting position this month. But I'm seeing you basically pay attention to that part of yourself that was hyper independent since you were a child. Or if you've had any issues with like masculinity, masculine energy, or like the masculine figures in your life, I feel like you're going to be confronting that because there's almost something about like an indifference or a numbness to that energy. If you had an absent father, this is definitely that kind of energy because you are learning to mother that aspect of yourself that felt that you didn't need no, I'm hearing I don't need no man, I don't need no dad, I don't need no mom or whomever. There's a sense of hyper independence here that you are nurturing, and the reason why it's coming out in your romance and relationship section is because this has been affecting the way you make friends, the way you go about relationships, regardless of whether you're in one or not. I feel like it's going to shape you differently. There's an intense amount of healing for you here, pile 3. I hope that makes sense. With the Knight of Swords, I also do see a message coming for you, especially during Mercury retrograde or the shadow period of Mercury retrograde. In fact, all the piles have gotten that, just random messages coming from the most random people at the most interesting of times. So for some of you, you could be getting a message about somebody from your past. For some of you, it could be someone from your past. But again, this allows you to reflect on yourself to see why exactly you've been feeling the way that you do, or why you've held on to certain habits or certain patterns within your life, just so that you can better yourself. Because for a lot of you, again, you're in a very auspicious and magical time this month, believe it or not. Some of you could have, this month could be the time of the year when you're in your 12th house, or you could have Leo or Virgo in the 12th house, whichever makes more sense here, pile 3. But let's move on to your career and finance. Water signs are going to be very important this month. So Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, with emphasis on Cancer more than any of them. And Scorpio with the Emperor. We have the Chariot. Yeah, definitely Cancer with the Chariot because we have it twice. 6 of Cups. King of Pentacles. 6 of Wands and Judgment. Somebody is really hard to please in the workplace. I don't know if this is your boss. I don't know if it's somebody else that you work with or a client for some of you. Back of the deck, the Moon reversed. So you're going to find out exactly why somebody here is so hard to please. I feel like you're making a final decision. If this is a client that you can say no to, for example, if you have a client that is difficult to work with, that you just decide, you know what, they're not worth the time or money or energy. Like, yes, you need to run your business, but if a client isn't worth like all the energy that they take from you, or like there's no price you could put on having to get rid of this person, I feel like you're finally going to get rid of them. For some of you, this could be your boss, and you could finally be having a talk of like, hey, why are things going this way? What do you think? Like, you're keeping it professional, or as professional as you can, but if you sense that there's like a lacking in any way, like no matter what you do, you can't seem to get ahead, you're finally having that conversation here. Because the Chariot, I see you wanting to really move forward. It's like nothing's going to stop you from progressing forward in your work environment, maybe in your finances, and if so, that would be more talking to like the bank. But for a lot of you, you're done being stuck in an energy where you can't move forward. You're moving forward, and if nothing you do is enough for somebody, you're going to start making changes, whether that's switching companies, whether that's putting your resume out there for somebody else, or whether that's, you know, like I said, cutting off clients that if you have the ability to do so. The 6 of Cups is interesting because this is you, again, staying true to your inner child. Like I said, your inner child is all over the place this month, which makes sense. Some of you could have like Leo or Virgo in the 5th house as well, which would be the house of children. Your own children, others' children, or your inner child. Me personally, I also see it as the inner child because it's also considered like the house of fertility and flirting. So, you know, procreation, which leads to children. It's that energy between you and a person that is like really fun loving and allows you both to create life. So for some of you, I feel like you're being honest to that creative, nurturing soul, nurturing part of yourself this month. And because you're doing so, you're doing a lot of work in almost every aspect of your life. Very intense energy, by the way. But I'm loving it here. Pile 3. So yeah, I feel like you're going to be doing a lot of progress emotionally, spiritually, and psychologically even. It's going to be a very healthy month for you. So let's move on to some final advice for pile 3. We have this one, and it looks like she's in the rain. You are willing and able and won't give in or stop hoping. Enjoy your journey to love. Yeah, that's what I was picking up, especially when it comes to your career here, pile 3. You're willing and able and won't give up or stop hoping. It's like nothing's going to stop you from achieving your goals. You're not going to put anything on hold for anybody. So I love this relentless energy that you have. We also have this one. Let go of any negativity and walk tall. Decorate yourself with grace and make it your reality. So there's something here about really stepping into that Leo energy and walking tall with pride, with grace. As soon as I said that, the cicada just started like screaming. I'm not sure if you can hear it, pile 3. But take that as confirmation. The cicada wants you to just be loud, proud, and standing out. But this is where I leave it, pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 4. If you chose this cute little kitten nugget sticker where it's in the ketchup, having a fun time, then we have your reading here for you for the month of August 2025. We're going to see what the month of August has in store for you. We're going to start with some oracles and then get into the tarot, where we will see more in depth your general love, relationship, and career finance situation. So let's go ahead and start with your oracles, pile 4. We have the coffee, which makes sense because I think this is the only pile I'm doing at night, and some of you could be night owls. Maybe you drink coffee and that keeps you up all night. I don't drink coffee. I do miss it sometimes, but I'm probably better off without it. So something about being alert, staying up at night. You could be frequenting cafes this month as well. We have, these two want to come up together. We have journey and surrender. Surrendering to the journey. Surrendering to whatever the night beholds, because there is a little moon here for pile 4. What is happening in the month of August for my pile 4? We have Pomona Plenty. You're in an energy of abundance this month. I don't know if it's because you step into it or because you manifest it, but definitely it's like whatever's going on, I'm hearing no worries, and you're also doing things a little bit spontaneously. Some of you could get up one night and decide that you wanted to do a road trip somewhere. Or you may, I said one night, maybe one morning you wake up and decide you want to do something else as well. We have Owl, Wisdom. Not surprised. I was getting visions of like the Queen of Swords before I started your reading, pile 4. And then back of the deck, we have Serpent, Transformation. Some of you are in the midst of a transformation, or maybe you're wanting a transformation, so you do something a little drastic. And then the last card, I don't remember if I did this deck in the previous piles. Regardless, I think I'm going to do it for you anyway, pile 4. Just because I'm being drawn to it. So pile 4. We have abundance again, just confirming here that you are in an abundant mindset and abundant energy. Interestingly, the numbers here, we have the number 4 and then the number 8, which is doubling the number. We have 44, which also adds to 8. So you could be doubling something this month, pile 4. We also have 28, which is 20 on top of 8. Again, I'm thinking of like adding to your abundance, and whatever abundance is to you can vary. Doesn't necessarily have to be money. It could be an abundance of time, resources, people, energy. It all depends on what it is that you need. You will have plenty of it, and you're going to be in that mindset. And because of this, you're kind of letting go of fears and worries, because the owl here is a very soothing presence. Also, it's a nocturnal creature. So like I said, some of you might be able to make more money at night or find more abundance in whatever it is that you need at night. I remember when I was younger, especially when I was in school, I would have more energy at night to do a lot of things because I would be up doing papers and writing papers and researching probably in the wee hours of the morning, because I would just have more energy then because everybody else was asleep and the internet would be faster. Because back in the day, it would all be about how many people were using the internet. I don't know if that's like an old thing or if that's still a thing. I'm the only one who uses my internet right now, so I don't know if that's a thing. But for a lot of you, you benefit a lot more from being unconventional, from starting things at the most unconventional times or unexpected times, and also just going with the flow. Some of you, you're going to need the energy. So I feel like what you are actually seeking an abundance of is time, energy, and maybe even focus with the coffee here, because yeah, it could be money. Maybe this will lead you to money eventually, but for a lot of you, it's an abundance of time. So with that said, let's go ahead and look into your tarot to see more specifically what does August have in store for my pile 4. Yeah, 4 could be an important number because he also had the number 4 for the coffee. So where's the... Okay, general reading. General tarot for my pile 4. Some of you could be getting more energetic cleansings or Reiki done, because I actually did a small Reiki session on myself right before this. A much needed one. It literally lasted 15 minutes and I felt like I shed so much energy. It's about the quality, not the quantity, I guess. Or it's about the quality of the Reiki session as opposed to the time of it. I don't know if some of you do that whenever you do Reiki, like time goes by really fast, or at least it does to me. Or no, what's the word? Time like doubles or multiplies or gets cut in half somehow. Okay, so we have the 7 of Cups. We have the 10 of Wands. Yeah, a lot of you are going to need energy because not only do you have to do all the work, you also have to make a lot of choices, make a lot of decisions. We have the 9 of Swords. Lack of sleep for sure, because 9 of Swords is when you can't sleep, quite literally. It could also be anxieties and fears, but I feel like that's not anything new to you, or that could be something that's not as important as much as it is to get the rest that you need. I don't know what's happening for you in August, pile 4, but I feel like you're taking on a lot, because it's almost like you set your emotions to the side so that you can actually just function and focus. Maybe some of you are taking on a new project. And whatever this is, I hope the payoff is good. I feel like you're hoping that the payoff is good as well, because it's almost like you're sacrificing a little bit of your energy, time, self, whatever this is, so that you can create something long lasting, or so that you can build some sort of independence, whether it's financial independence or even energetic independence, I guess, from other people. I feel like a lot of you, you're putting your all into something so that it can pay off. And I really do hope the payoff is good. Yeah, Judgment, the Fool. It's like blindly putting your all into this. Strong Uranus and Pluto energy here for you, pile 4. So this would be Scorpio energy, Aquarius energy. Pluto is that need to transform. It's like some of you wake up one day and realize that you're so tired of the life that you are currently living that you decide to put your all into changing things for the better, to really change up your life. It's like waking up and realizing that you hate your 9 to 5, so you're going to start a business. And sure, it may take a little bit of elbow grease at first. It's going to take a little bit of work, but once you get it set up, it'll be something that's going to be for your betterment, for the betterment of you, for the betterment of everybody else, because something here can't sustain itself anymore. You can't go through with the way you used to live. So you know that it's time for a change. You know that it's time to switch things up. So I hope that resonated. Let's go ahead and get your love and relationship cards here, pile 4. And I do have to pay my respects here for you, pile 4. I feel like it takes a strong will to want to change your life up, that you literally take it on yourself. You don't wait for the big hand of fate to help you out. You don't wait for other people to come along. I feel like you go out and make this opportunity for yourself, which there's a lot to be said for that. There's a lot of respect to be put on that kind of energy. So pile 4, love and relationships. We've got the 6 of Pentacles, only giving time and energy to those who give it back to you in return. I love this. You've set up your boundaries, you already have them, and it's like if somebody is asking more of you than you're willing to give, you're not here for that. Nope, not right now, not this month, if at all. You have the 6 of Wands, yeah. You're also celebrating people that are there for you. So if somebody who's been like a loyal, faithful friend who has always been there to support you through everything you do and everything that you are, I feel like you will be there for them. It's like you're happy to put things down for those people who have been there for you. And I feel like you will be celebrating something here this month. It may be small, it may be big, but you will be celebrating people who definitely are there for you in return. We also have the 4 of Swords. It may be your friends who ask you to like chill out a bit. I can see them seeing you tired and it's like, hey, you've worked a lot on this. How about we go hang out? How about we go get some food? and we'll talk about whatever you're doing, and I'll spill you in on what I'm doing. Lots of reciprocity here. Knight of Wands. And the Hierophant reversed. I'll say this, pile 4. This is probably some of the healthiest friendships, relationships, connections that I've seen in any of my monthly readings. Because we have 6, 6, 4, all even numbers, letting me know that everything is, you know, even, solid on both accounts of both your friendships, romantic partners if you have any, and family if they're involved here. The Knight of Wands and the Hierophant reversed. I do feel like there will be somebody who's kind of coming in to crash and like shake you up a little bit from the monotony that you've been trying to escape. So it's like, as you're out here trying to build your dream, going after what you want or doing the things that you've always wanted, there's going to be somebody that is kind of attracted to that, and they're going to be attracted to your stamina, to your, what's the word I'm looking for, to your fire. It's like they're attracted to your fire, and they're going to want to help you out, or they may be inspiring you to do certain things, or maybe they've also done this thing. And then the Hierophant reversed. Karmic lesson. Can I get clarification on the Hierophant reversed? A Taurus could be important here. Knight of Wands is fire energy. This person doesn't have to be fire dominant, but they're definitely, I'm hearing fire starter. That song by The Prodigy. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay, so there's somebody here who's kind of been with you through thick and thin. This is like a really good solid friend. I feel like they're going to be important this month. This could be somebody that you're celebrating, or somebody who's celebrating you, or somebody who kind of reminds you to take it easy, take it one day at a time. Like, they support you in everything you do, but they don't want you to get burnt out, which I think is fair. Heck, this could be me, because I am a Taurus, and I'm here telling you that very thing, that even though I'm very proud that you're taking on some really amazing things this month, pile 4, make sure you're still taking care of yourself. And back of the deck, we have the 5 of Swords. I'm hearing no giving up, no regrets. No giving up, no regrets. I'm also hearing failure is not an option for a lot of you. I kind of love that. So with that said, let's move on to career and finance, which I think a lot of you are here for, because a lot of this feels like you're putting your all into how you make a living, into how you live. So also interesting to note, the number 6 in numerology is a number of partnerships, family, and community. So some of you, like I said, you're only giving back to those people who also give back to you in return. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Good luck is on your side in both your finances and your career. Nine of Wands. Things get easier. Surprisingly, things get easier in the workplace. I think because you're putting so much effort into something else, things in the workplace are actually pretty good. The World, I'm hearing a reward of some kind, or closing the chapter on something. If you are for example, if this energy that you're putting into something is for like a business that you are creating, your own business, then this would be putting an end to a chapter on the way you used to handle your finances, or whatever workplace you used to be in. I'm not saying that you're going to quit this month, pile 4, unless you already know for sure that that's what you're doing, but you would have known that like weeks in advance, months in advance. This would be more like you already know that something is coming to an end, or you're coming to terms that something here has already lived out its time, so it's time to move on to something else. King of Pentacles reversed. 7 of Swords reversed. And back of the deck, we have the 10 of Pentacles. So when it comes to your workplace, I think everything is pretty good. Things get easier. There's an ending to something. Maybe somebody's leaving. Could be you, could be something else. Whatever this person who is leaving, I feel like they definitely outstayed their welcome. Or wait, is that how you say it? Overstayed their welcome. Because the King of Pentacles is somebody who, yes, is there a long time, and it's kind of like a permanent presence, but reverse, it's like overstaying your welcome. This is somebody who's been there way past their time. And I don't know if any of you have ever been in a workplace where like people who should have retired like a decade ago are somehow still there, and instead of adding to the company, all they're really doing is just putting along. I feel like you're saying goodbye to somebody like that in your workplace. If not, this could be somebody, for example, if we're talking about your finances, this would be somebody who has been taking up a lot of your finances that probably costs more than they were worth, or an asset that cost more than it was worth. Or it could be a financial advisor who was very set in their ways and wasn't really giving you much to begin with. Like they were giving you outdated advice that would have made sense 10 years ago but doesn't make sense now. So, or this could even be you, pile 4, maybe finally coming around to seeing a way of looking at your finances that, again, didn't make sense years ago, but now it does. Take it how it resonates. Because the 7 of Swords reversed, it's kind of like something was being kept secret, or people kept lying to themselves about something. Again, I'm thinking of somebody who needed to retire years ago and was still there saying, oh, I still got it. I can still be here another 10 years. And it's like, no, your mind isn't here. Your body isn't here. It's time to give this position to somebody else. So I'm seeing for a lot of you that there are definite endings and definite changes that cannot be helped. These are very fate driven. There is divine timing in the workplace at play. It feels a little bittersweet, but it also feels like things get easier because of this for a lot of you. Something about your pay going up or your stock going up, whatever assets you have here, I feel like they're going up is what I'm hearing for a lot of you. So with that said, let's move on to your closing advice. Probably the more transformative out of all the piles for sure, which is funny because you've got the silliest of the stickers, I think. Pile 4, your closing cards. We're using the where are they? We're using the Art of Letting Go, or the Let Go Oracle. And I'm gonna get 2 for you, pile 4. We have this card. Pay close attention to your patterns and let go of those that are merely reactions to life. Yeah, like I said, it's like you wake up one day and you realize that all you've been doing is reacting to life as opposed to taking action, taking inspired action, or really taking back control of your own life here, pile 4. For some of you, it could come through in a dream. I know that's happened to me, where I've had a literal wake-up call in a dream where things weren't going right. So before I even got out of bed after that dream, I did a few things online and my life changed within the month, I think. It wasn't the week, but it was definitely the month. We have this card. Don't push or grasp for what you want. Let life come to you and flow through you. And oddly enough, I feel like once you take a few steps forward towards this dream, life just comes to you a lot more easily. I'm going to get 1 more for you. I think I got 2 for all the other piles, but you need 3, pile 4. We have this one. Control your emotions. Feel them, shift them, elevate them. Be a master. I feel like the main thing you actually want control over is your emotions and not so much your life. Because I feel like you're okay with whatever life throws at you, but what you're not okay with is how you're made to feel in certain environments and certain situations, or even playing a certain role that maybe you didn't even choose to play here, pile 3. So this is really about control over how you feel in life. But this is where I leave it, pile 4. Sorry, I called you pile 3. This is where I leave it, pile 4. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care.